The trial relating to the killing of farm manager Brendin Horner is back in court. Sikwechi Mahlamba and Sikola Matlaletsa are accused of killing Horner last year in October. He was strangled and stabbed several times. The accused are currently out on bail. Let me take you live now to the court in Senegal, and I'm joined by eNCA's senior journalist Aviwe Mtila. Aviwe, tell us what has transpired in court today.
Interesting developments, Bratulas, at the Bethlehem High Court, where we saw in the morning start with Boy Jafta Kambule, one of the residents. He took to the witness stand, in fact, finishing off from yesterday. He's the one, in fact, that said he saw both accused coming from the direction where Brendin Horner was murdered on the morning after the murder. And in fact, he overheard conversations at a tavern with accused number one, basically confirming the incident to the other people in the tavern. He's done a complete U-turn, Bratulas, even in the statement itself, saying that he was somehow coerced to write some of that statement. Some of the statement is not written by him. In fact, he suggests that some of the information in that statement was not by him. He says even when he saw them come in that direction, there's a nearby township, so they could have been coming from that township, basically just dismantling the sworn affidavit and the sworn statement that he's made. In fact, I just want to catch up with the NPA's Paladi Shuping here in the Free State, just to get a better understanding. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. Now, these two accused were also released on bail back in June because it emerged that the DNA results did not link the accused in this matter. Does the state have a solid case, given what you've heard today and the state witness doing a complete U-turn to this sworn statement?
Well, we still maintain that there is a case for the accused to answer. Remember, we are not only going to rely on DNA to prove our case. There are other evidential material that we'll present before the court to prove our case.
But judging from what we've heard from Boy Jafta Kambule, it seems he's saying that the police, in fact, forced him to admit to some of those things in that sworn statement. In fact, he goes on to say that he heard police say accused number 1 and 2 must be implicated in this matter. It seems some questionable evidence here.
Well, the state called him to court to testify based on what he has, the statement that he submitted to court. And that's a statement that convinced the prosecutors that this is a person who's supposed to come and testify on behalf of the state.
And do you still believe in the statement that he's made, given that he's done a complete U-turn in saying that this is not his statement, it's not his word, he's not even sure if they were coming in from that direction? The
statement was signed and he confirmed that he's the one who attached his signature to the statement.
We're looking at some 30-plus witnesses here. How long will this trial take in its entirety?
The trial is scheduled for 2 weeks. We don't have any idea as to how long it's going to take, but we're hoping that maybe it will be shorter than 2 weeks.
Okay, we've just adjourned for a short while, but as we're about to go back, I want to ask you one more time. Are you certain of a successful prosecution here, given that the DNA results don't match both the accused and the statement that we heard here, basically a U-turn saying that he was not involved in writing off that statement?
Well, yes, we are still confident that there's a case to answer. Like I said to you, the only thing, it does not mean that the only thing that we are going to rely on in terms of proving our case was the DNA. Remember, like we saying to you, we've got 36 witnesses. So that means over 30 witnesses still have to come and testify. So, and we are convinced that they're going to assist us in proving our case.
Okay, thank you very much, Piladi Shuping, the NPA Free State spokesperson. Yeah, convinced that the two accused still have something basically to answer for you. Remember that they were released on 5,000 Rand bail back in June because it emerged that the DNA results could not link the accused to the murder of Brendin Horner. And today we heard a complete U-turn from a sworn affidavit and statement from one, which we understand, one of the key witnesses that say they saw them come back from the morning of the murder in the direction of Brendin Horner, now saying that he did not basically write some of those statements, basically. And he also going on, I want to read to some of what we've heard here in court, because in that affidavit, he said that he's afraid of the accused, afraid of threats that he'd be killed for giving them, if he were to testify against him. But basically saying that that was not his words. He doesn't know how that came about. In fact, saying that he did not know how he was involved in this matter, given that he did not go to the police to write this statement, but the police came to him after a conversation he loosely had with one of the police officers. So the matter is just adjourned at the moment, and we're about to go back any minute now.
All right, thank you for that. eNCA senior journalist there, Aviwe Mtila, at the High Court sitting in Bethlehem there in the murder trial related to the killing of Brendin Horner.